Good afternoon. Some news from Celtic Football Club. Celtic today have broken some news. They've told us something. They've told us that Gavin Strachan has left the club. We're going to jump straight over to. There's only certain social media platforms that Celtic have put it out on as yet. Let me just double check their Facebook page again. They haven't put it out on the website as yet, and they haven't put it out on Facebook. So they have put it out on Instagram, and they have put it out on the official Celtic Twitter feed. We're going to jump onto that. Celtic. It's not even a statement, is it? Celtic manager Martin O'Neill. I have only really known Gavin for the past 6 months, but his contribution was vital to our success, and of course, I wish him very well for the future in his new role. Thank you, Gavin. Was Gavin Strachan kept at the club until the end of the season? Did Celtic keep him at the club for a little bit of continuity with Martin O'Neill, and was it always the plan to get rid of Gavin Strachan? And who will come in with him? Who will replace him? West Brom can confirm that James Morrison is coaching staff of theirs. It's the coaching staff, and it's Gavin Strachan. So there, it's confirmed. It's amazing how teams can act quite quick with Gavin Strachan. I mean, is that a good move for him down south? More than likely will be. He'll get an increase in wages, but and there we go. That is confirmed. The same time as the team that he went to confirmed it. Celtic got to go to work in conjunction with other teams when a member of staff leaves. It is the way that Celtic are doing business. So it's now official. We haven't had official confirmation yet about Sean Maloney and Mark Fotheringham. As it stands, there's Martin O'Neill. There's Martin O'Neill, and that's it. We are waiting on Celtic giving us confirmation about the Maloney and Fozzie deal that was done last week. It was done on Friday. It is Tuesday. You know Celtic. They'll wait a couple of days before they get any information out. It's going to be interesting to see who they bring in for Gavin Strachan. You do need someone to look at the analytics and stuff and whatever else that he did. Sit on his laptop and look at stuff. Martin O'Neill's an old school. Yes, Hoopsaholic. I'm going to get that one up on the screen, mate. You're so right. Still waiting for a John Kennedy. John Kennedy's thank you. There was a big falling out there, wasn't there? Of massive proportions. Absolutely massive proportions. There's a lot of ill feeling between the Kennedys and the hierarchy at Celtic. Thank you, Peter. Meant a lot for me. And the good news is for Stephen's family is the fund has risen to £9,600 for the 20 grand that's needed for him. That's a massive jump. It was at 3,000 odd this morning when we were on the live. Massive jump. Big shout out to everyone who's shared it. I'm not taking responsibility for it. Don't know. It's all I did was talk about someone that I knew from the football and outside football, and a few stories about some of the mad trips that we did together. But anyway, Celtic. Getting back to Celtic. Done the Gavin dirty, 6 lines, so they say goodbye after all he's done for the club. Disgusting. He wasn't even liked much by the fans, but still deserves more. He's a person that a lot of the fans didn't really like. He's a man that a lot of the fans would question what the hell he does. But maybe you're right. Maybe at least Celtic said goodbye to him. I mean, they didn't give John Kennedy, and John Kennedy was there 20 years or something, wasn't he? It was longer than that because he was a kid. It's from when he was a kid. Anyway, how to lose friends and alienate people seem to be the board's bible at the minute. It was a quarter of a century that he was at Celtic, but there you go. Unbelievable when you think about it. But at least Celtic have came out and spoken to us. Some news from the club, says Jim. I was just checking what that update was that was flashing up on the screen. Other than that, it's as you were from Celtic. It is good to see that they know how to communicate some information with the fans. Now there's other stuff out there. I mean, I will go into it. Gavin's no great loss. It's about time that we had a change. Yep. There's a report out there that Celtic have reportedly, I'm going to say, made a £6 million offer to sign a new centre back. We'll see how that one goes. 6 million is in the region that Celtic would get deals done. But we'll wait and see. We will wait and see. 4.5 million fixed, and then 2 million in bonuses. I would just jump into that one. Was pissed off about Kennedy too. Gavin's not going to lost about time of the change. I've just read that one. Just read that one. Yeah, that's the improved offer of, it's looking like 4.5 million euros and then 2 million euros in bonuses is the deal for that one. So we'll see if anything happens. You know something, Don Mackay to this day has had the most successful window in recent times. Why? Because we spent and we got the business done. The board were threatened by his ambition. Gary boy, you are spot on, and it hasn't went unnoticed. Hasn't went unnoticed. It hasn't been sold as yet, but you never know. You never know. It's a story that came out around about an hour ago about Celtic putting in the increased offer. We'll still lowball that offer even though it was revised, yes, and this is more than likely. But other than that, let me just see if there's anything else that's kicking around Celtic news-wise this afternoon. Let me just get rid of that screen, get rid of that one. That is the news this afternoon about the fact that Celtic make new defender bid. That's coming from, there's quite a few publications talking about that. And then there's the negative headline that you would expect from Scottish media. Major Celtic striker dilemma as the clock ticks down on Martin O'Neill's European examination. Yeah, I think we all know what's going on, but you leave it at that. But other than that, it's as you were. We'll just wait on Celtic. Let's jump into some of the comments before we jump back off this afternoon. We still have lowballed that offer even though it was revised. Yes, sign a player at the end of the window. You risk weeks of time trying to get them up to speed. This is very true. Is that the laptop being shut for the last time then? Will Martin O'Neill go down that line of watching and playing games with stats? Or will Martin O'Neill just go back to proper old school and just look at the player in the eyes and go, yeah, you're all right to play? Do you know Martin O'Neill felt it was maybe the fact that Martin O'Neill, we're all surmising. There's no use putting things out there that we think that Martin O'Neill would be thinking. But at the end of the day, Gavin Strachan comes from the new kind of era of football statisticians and everything. At the end of the game, it's a bunch of lads playing football. Martin O'Neill's been in the game long enough, and he's played the game long enough in his bygone era to know when a player, don't know, ask the player, "Are you fit?" But instead, in the modern day, you've got people like Gavin Strachan going, "No, Martin, you can't play him." The stats say that we need to just give him an extra day off. Fuck off. Martin O'Neill just looks at the guy and goes, "Are you fit? Are you fit to play?" and that's it. If the guy says yes, he plays. If he breaks down halfway during the game, he breaks down. Simple as that. You bring on someone else, as long as it's not ligaments, because we've had an awful experience with ligaments over the years. What was that? That's that. That needs to shut down. Oh no, that's oh, that's, I've just noticed what that was. That flashes up when someone donates. There we go. Flashes up when someone donates. I didn't know that. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so that looks like that's the last time that the laptop, Gav Strachan, the laptop dude, is yeah, gone. For a wee while, no, Martin maybe wanted Gavin out. I'm not too sure if he wanted them out. I just think that it's a different way of looking at things. But then you need to bring in, as it stands, we don't have coaching staff. All that we know is Martin O'Neill's signed. We've been told that the deal is done for Sean Maloney and Fotheringham, but it's not official, which is weird, and it's just Celtic. Martin probably looks at Gavin Strachan with his laptop and thinks the same thing we all thought at first. Yes. What the fuck are you watching? It's like that. Gav, go and just watch the game, mate. Just look at the players rather than like looking at stats coming up on screens, because it's because football players all go around with these chest things on, doesn't it? And it gives you their heart rates and their how many steps they've taken and who's the fastest on the pitch. So no, his pace has dropped off. You need to take him off. I'll decide. I'm the manager. He's playing fine. I bet his stats says he's dropped a bit of pace. It's not that good for us, Martin. Casper said he was fit. Cost us games. Very true. And he said that to Martin O'Neill. Gav, you recommend anybody for the job, mate? As every January window, so it was abysmal. Yet another position we will struggle to fill. Will we struggle to fill, or will Martin O'Neill? The thing is yeah, you will. I'm going to say it. I think we will struggle to fill it because I don't want to be negative about it, but everyone that knows that Martin O'Neill's just here for a year. I don't know. It's like, well, do you join the club knowing that the manager's there for it's a great experience. You know, hopefully you're going to be joining a club that's going to go into Champions League football. And I suppose if you've never worked at a club at that level before, you would say yes, wouldn't you? The sports bra, yes. Gut's telling me that we will still be in the hunt for project players. We won't splash the cash. In my opinion, it'll be deals around 3 million, because that's what Dermot's favourite number is. The sports bras, yes, the sports bras. Data didn't capture that though. We could all see it. Of course, we could all see it. Casper Schmeichel's going like this, trying to make saves with his right hand to his left side. And everyone's like, just stick your left arm out. Your left arm out, your right arm out, in, out. Anyway, it's we could all see. Scott Brown on the way back to learn under Martin O'Neill. I don't think so. If he is, he's been very good at hiding it and making it look as if he's nowhere near anything to do with Celtic on his social media. Because he's on his social media every single day. So I'm not too sure about that one. It'll be interesting to see. We need a good-minded data guy, because that's what modern football demands. Was Gavin Strachan that good football data guy? I don't know. A lot of fans seem to not appreciate Gavin Strachan for what he was, but I don't know. It's I suppose it is modern football. Do you think we'll do something like bring the next management team and his coaching team as number two and coaches to work on them for a year? That's what you would hope to do, isn't it? It's, is bring. But then who comes in as the number two? Because if my mind isn't playing, that's what Ronnie Dyler was meant to happen with him, wasn't it? And what if it? I mean, who do you bring in? Is Scott Brown really ready? People saying Scott Brown, and a lot of people say, well, Scott Brown has been absolutely shite as a manager thus far. The next manager is important because you want someone that's going to come in and take us to the nine. Let's face it. Martin O'Neill is currently filling in what we'll call the Ronnie Dyler years under our second 9 in a row. Yeah, just putting that out there, and just a friendly reminder, Celtic have won 2 9 in a rows. And Rangers fans will go, but we stopped both of them. At least we're going for our third. And what Martin O'Neill is doing, he's filling in that little gap in the run to the nine. So it's imperative that we get the next manager right. And maybe bringing in a manager to work under Martin O'Neill, maybe that's a good thing. But maybe Martin O'Neill's going, do you know what? I just want to have Fozzie and Sean Maloney here with me. You can deal with whatever after I'm gone. But we'll wait and see. We need back to proper football. These data malarkey, it's not always going to work. Why hire scouts to sit and do what? Twiddle their thumbs. That's very true. Ronaldo must be raging. I can see Portugal sneaking 1-0 later. Him running about trying to do everything himself. Can we all chip in and give Gavin a new laptop? I'm sure that he'll get a new laptop at the club that he's going to. I'm sure they'll give him an updated version. He might even get a MacBook. Could you imagine getting him away from that Windows XP that he had at Celtic? And I'm joking, obviously, but I'm sure that I don't think he would have got a laptop as a leaving present. He'd have been told to leave his laptop behind with all the data on it. But yeah, I don't think he needs a new laptop. And our data department was Strachan and his laptop doing who knows what. Martin O'Neill said in a press conference early on in his return, he said, back in my day, you used to get the VHS and you would get the big telly with the back of it was like someone's back end of a bus, and you would stick the VHS on, and you would watch the game, and then you go pause, rewind, play back, and you just watched the players, you watched the stuff. You didn't have all this data to look at, and I think Martin O'Neill thinks that it overcomplicated football. I mean, you've seen Wilfred Nancy, and you've seen it at the World Cup. You've seen the Canada manager getting out the old Connect Four. And maybe that's all that's needed in football. A good Connect Four. God. Our board uses VTech to scout players. There you go. Anyway, the big news is this afternoon, is the fact that Celtic have put out a statement. And they've not put anything out on Facebook. They must know where all the grumpy people stay. I will show you this. We'll share the screen. 4 hours ago was the last post on Facebook. Happy birthday to the Lisbon line, Willie Wallace. And then didn't put anything else out. And Instagram, they put out the story that Gavin Strachan's gone. Thank you, Gavin. And that's that. Oh, look. Carl Starfelt. Following his bird away. Let's see what Brownie sent to us. Talking about Brownie. That was 19 hours ago. He was playing golf in Edinburgh, just up the road from where he stays. And John Hartson, Jackie Mack, Lewis Palmer. I don't know why I'm still following him. He's on holiday. Celtic. Tom Roderick. Tam Roderick. There we go. And John Hartson, done deal, transfer market. Alistair Johnston in training, Canada, looking buff. Ali. And Austin Trusty training for America. And that's your Instagram update. Other than that, there's not a lot happening in the world of Celtic. Gavin won more medals than Sevco. Yes, he did. He did that. Nancy was slagged off for his Connect 4 board. He was. And when you look at it getting used at the biggest stage of the World Cup, you're thinking, maybe, no, we're not thinking anything at all, are we? Our scouts have been identifying players for years, and the board have been failing to sign these players, then shopping around for the bargain bins come the end of the window. Let's see if they still do that today in this window. The data department will face the same issue. It will identify players. Our board will fail to sign them because they have to be seen as winning every single deal ever. This is very, very true. Right, that's me done for this afternoon update. I shall see you on the next video. Absolutely buzzing that that fund's sitting at 9,820, and because it's going to cost up to around about 20 grand to bring Harper's body back. With that being said, have an absolutely fantastic day, Celtic fans, wherever you are all around the world.